name's Kevin Roberts. I'm majoring in communication arts, and this is my senior year. And basically, how I got involved with the comic is a couple guys from church approached me and asked me about this idea they had, and turns out I've been preparing for this kind of concept for a long time. But so I was like, yeah, let's get together, cranked out some concepts, and we brought both of our visions together and into one working aesthetic. So we worked it out and got the whole concept cranked out within like 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, and I got started on the comic last May. I got all the concept designs for all the important stuff we need to get started. Got all that ironed out in like less than a month. I did 50 pages over 10 weeks, summer vacation, and this is just had my head down and just went at it. Working on the second issue now, and so from here it's going to be cutting the first issue in half, so that'll be issues 1 and 2, and then issue 2 that I'm working on will end up being issue 3. Let me show you some characters, concept art. Here's the yet to be introduced Red Titan, Paul, and we're still working out when he shows up. Emily, Blue Titan, she's one of the happier characters. Captain Halicon is the principal villain. Euprophany is kind of juxtaposed against Emily, the Blue Titan, in some later issues. This is Greg, the Green Titan. This is Likey, a love interest of Captain Halicon in the white and the red. This is Marveler. He's the guy who comes to Earth to pick out these 5 warriors, these 5 people. This is Phoenicis. He's another key character on the alien side. This is the War Titan. He's a principal villain. He's pretty significant throughout the whole series. This is Ruth, very important character, the White Titan. So it's funny because here we have Mark, the Yellow Titan, and his zodiac sign, or his icon, is the ram. And that just kind of happened because the animal, we thought the animal was a cool animal to use. And I was like, wait a minute, yellow, ram, oh crap. And then we were like, oh, whatever, just roll with it, it's cool, forget it. So that kind of became like a nod to our alma mater. So that's some characters. Here's some machines that they drive. Gotta have giant robots. So here's a few of them. So they're called Colossi. Here is Paul's. This is the Pegasus. This is Emily's, the Fox. This is the Ram Titan, the Mark pilots. Colossus, I'm sorry. Ram Colossus, the Mark pilots. Here's Ruth's Colossus, the raptor, or the eagle. I didn't get to finish Greg's yet, but here's the work in progress. It's a big turtle. It's got some cannons on it. It's a giant tank, basically. I start out with a line drawing and a couple of references, and then I lay down flat color, which you can kind of see up here, and then I just start building up tones and color, and I try to approach it like I'm actually painting, and then pop a few highlights here and there, and then slowly phase out the line drawing. Like I'll start out with a color background, because generally speaking you don't want to color against white because you're constantly fighting the white in the background. So what I do is start out with like a dark red or a dark blue, depending on like the scene, like what color palette I'm going for, and then I can just build up from there. So, and my tablet is pressure sensitive, so I can vary easily like map out some midtones and highlights against the dark, and I haven't lifted my pen off of the pad yet. And it's pretty cool. It's a really powerful tool. And another reason that I use digital is like, because another misconception is that I'm always fighting is that that the computer makes you better, which is like just not true. Like if I don't know what I'm doing, the computer isn't gonna hide that. You know, just computer's just another tool. It's a really powerful, fast tool, but it's just a tool, and it doesn't make you good. You just keep making art. That's the beautiful thing about it is you don't run out of material because it's all just light. It's all just virtual information. You just keep making as many canvases as you want. So that's something that's what I love about it is it's infinite. As long as you have some space on your hard drive, you can keep making art.
Aloha, my name is Chris Malone. I'm currently known online as Kilika. I am a kinetic imaging student here at VCU, and my focus happens to be on animation. But in my spare time, I like to work on a webcomic that I call Blue and Blonde. Blue and Blonde is about two surfers from New Jersey. This is Blue, and that is Blonde right there. They travel the world as they go to numerous surfing locations trying to prove their worth. Blue is the more serious of the two surfers, and Blonde happens to be the wacky, goofy surfer of the two. Blue's goal in life is to become a famous surfboard artist, and Blonde's goal in life is to become a professional surfer and become a professional surfing legend. The reason that I decided to do webcomics is because I love to draw. I've been drawing my entire life. It's a part of me. It's just as much of a part of me as surfing is, actually, and so I decided to put the two favorite things of mine together and create a comic strip with it. Being an art student, I'm surrounded by other art students. I'm able to get their critique and their feelings about every one of my comics, and even if they don't read my comic, they're still at least able to give me constructive criticism. Currently there are 2 Blue and Blonde books in publication. The very first book is called Blue and Blonde First Wave. It contains the first 122 comics of the Blue and Blonde series. One of the neat things I did about the comic is that at the bottom of every single page I have little commentary boxes, and there's 122 individually designed surfboards made exclusively for the comic book. And my second book that just came out last February happens to be called They Came from the East Coast. I feel that by being around other artists, I'm able to improve my comic in ways that I couldn't before.
My name is Christopher Johnson, and I'm an illustration major in the communications art and design. Comic books is something I've read ever since I was a little kid. Just seeing these guys dress up in these amazing looking suits and going out and catching the bad guys, that really, I don't know, sparked something inside of me, and that was a passion that I followed ever since. And since I live in a small town, we didn't have a comic book store, so my easiest outlet was also the library. Until they said that comic books weren't a real literature, so they discontinued the comic books. But I don't know, that's something that made me really upset when I was a little kid. That was like one of the things I first stood up for. Like I went and I was like, let me speak to the librarian, and I was trying to find out why they would take away something that, gave kids so much pleasure. Right now, steadily over the year, I guess I've been more encouraged and I've found more outlets to do my comic book work. It's all about trying to market ourselves now with senior studio and senior portfolio, but steadily I've found more of a way to get back at what I love. I love painting and I love doing those other things, but having that passion as a kid, definitely finding that again, being able to execute it to a certain degree, it really makes me happy and I enjoy what I do. So now that I'm jumping at doing sequential again, I'm really excited about it, and hopefully I can just bring a new flavor to comic books that people will find interesting. Next 5 years I hope to be working in the industry. I made a contact with Marvel at the Comic-Con, so hopefully that will develop with some other publishers, and the ultimate goal is to have my own comic book line.